All right, let's jump right into this explainer and look at how Porsche managed to evolve from a tiny engineering firm into this absolute global powerhouse, all without ever losing its core DNA. I mean, if you've ever found yourself staring at a sports car and instantly recognizing its shape from a mile away, well, you already know the power of this brand. Today, we're going to unpack exactly how they built that legacy step by step.
So think about this for a second. What actually makes a car recognizable anywhere in the world for more than 60 years? How does one single silhouette come to define precision engineering, racing success, and timeless design for decades? Honestly, it's incredibly rare in any industry, let alone the super fast-paced automotive world, to maintain that kind of visual and cultural consistency. But, as we'll see, Porsche has somehow managed to do exactly that.
Section 1. Origins of an Icon.
It all starts back in 1931 in Stuttgart. Ferdinand Porsche founded an engineering firm built on three really uncompromising pillars: performance, efficiency, and innovation. Now, what's kind of wild is that initially, they didn't even build their own cars. They actually just designed engines and vehicles for other manufacturers. But fast forward to 1948, and we get the introduction of their very first production car, the 356, which lays the groundwork right up to 1964 with the birth of the absolute legend, the 911.
Now, right after World War II, Ferdinand's son, Ferry Porsche, was driven by a deeply personal dream. He famously said, "I couldn't find the sports car of my dreams, so I built it myself." You know, it's just such a powerful statement of passion and determination. That one singular mindset literally birthed a legend.
And the result of that dream? The Porsche 356. This car wasn't about brute force at all. It was an absolute masterclass in driving dynamics. It was lightweight, beautifully balanced, incredibly fun to drive, and surprisingly highly reliable. The 356 very quickly earned this undeniable reputation for pure performance and just, well, joy on the open road.
And to put this into perspective, this wasn't just some niche passion project for one guy. It became a global phenomenon, producing over 76,000 units of a pure sports car in that post-war era was absolutely staggering. It proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that their unique philosophy had a massive, enthusiastic market waiting for it.
Section 2. The legendary 911. Things really shifted into high gear in 1964 with the introduction of the 911. This is the vehicle that would become the undisputed heart and soul of the brand. It brought us that iconic rear engine layout, putting the weight directly over the rear wheels for incredible acceleration and traction, along with that completely distinctive silhouette. And generation after generation, they've meticulously evolved its handling and advanced the tech, all without ever abandoning that classic design that enthusiasts love so deeply.
Section 3. Forged in motorsport. To truly wrap your head around Porsche's engineering excellence, you absolutely have to look to the racetrack. They operate on this brilliantly simple pipeline. Race cars make better road cars. With a record 19 overall victories at the grueling 24 Hours of Le Mans, the track is quite literally their testing lab for the street. The hardcore lessons they learn in endurance racing directly trickle down to the technology, the aerodynamics, and even the thermal management in your daily commute.
Section 4. The SUV Gamble.
Okay, so picture this. It's 2002, and Porsche's facing a massive threshold of change, not to mention a major financial risk. Up until this point, the legendary badge meant one thing: small, low-slung sports cars. So, when they completely shocked the automotive world by introducing the Cayenne SUV, they drew fierce, immediate skepticism from critics. Die-hard enthusiasts heavily questioned if a big SUV belonged in the lineup at all.
And the contrast here was incredibly stark. On one side, you had genuine, purist outrage. But on the other side, a literal gold rush. The Cayenne became a massive commercial triumph that fundamentally secured the company's financial future. It proved that the Porsche DNA, that precise handling and engaging feel, could actually thrive in a much larger footprint.
And this bold pivot turned out to be an absolute masterstroke. The Cayenne's immense profits allowed them to dramatically expand their lineup. I mean, they fully funded the development of the Panamera sedan, the smaller Macan SUV, and modern two-door legends like the 718 Boxster and Cayenne. They managed to capture a much broader global audience while successfully keeping the pure sports car dream alive and well.
Section 5. The electric evolution.
Facing the massive modern shift toward electrification, Porsche did what they do best. They relied heavily on their methodical engineering roots. Step 1 was proving that batteries meant raw speed, not just fuel efficiency. They nailed this with the phenomenal 918 Spyder hypercar, demonstrating just breathtaking hybrid performance. Then, having completely mastered hybrid tech, Step 2 was launching fully electric power with the Taycan in 2019.
And honestly, the Taycan was a total revelation. It proved to the world that electric sports cars could still deliver Porsche's signature, highly engaging driving experience. With face-melting acceleration and super advanced tech, the Taycan completely preserved the performance DNA that enthusiasts demand, showing everyone that the company's drive for innovation is literally as dominant as ever.
Section 6, the Porsche DNA.
So, bringing it all together, how has this brand managed to evolve so radically from the tiny 356 to massive SUVs to cutting-edge EVs without ever losing its identity? Well, it all comes down to a strict, non-negotiable adherence to 5 core traits. Every single vehicle combines precision German engineering, everyday usability, motorsport heritage, high performance, and timeless design. They perfectly balance an elite racing pedigree with cars you can actually drive to the grocery store.
And the results totally speak for themselves. This steadfast commitment to a 90-year-old philosophy is exactly why they dominate markets in over 100 countries today. It's why they boast one of the most fiercely dedicated, loyal fan bases on planet Earth. When people see that famous crest, they know exactly what they're getting.
Which leaves us with this final, really provocative thought to chew on. As the entire automotive world goes fully electric, will the future change Porsche, or will Porsche change the future? Looking back at their legacy of relentless innovation, determination, and passion, from the very first 356 all the way to the Taycan, I think it's pretty safe to say they're going to keep driving us forward. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep your curiosity fueled.